Republican Representative Mike Johnson of Louisiana was elected as the 56th Speaker of the United States House of Representatives, following 3 weeks of infighting among GOP members. His election consisted of a 220 to 209 vote, with all present Democrats voting for House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries and all Republicans voting for Johnson. Johnson's new prominence as Speaker has brought attention to his active involvement in the Southern Baptist Convention, his past career as a lawyer, and his concerns about inconsistencies in the 2020 presidential election. Before entering Congress, he worked as an attorney representing the young earth creationist group Answers in Genesis regarding the Ark Encounter Museum's tax incentives. He has also served as an adjunct professor at Liberty University and worked with conservative law firms like the First Liberty Institute and the Alliance Defending Freedom. Johnson was among Republican officials who raised questions about the 2020 presidential election results and supported efforts to reject electoral votes in Arizona and Pennsylvania. His statements about election irregularities led to legal action by Dominion voting systems. Johnson believes that his rise to power was ordained by God and has made several Christian references in his speeches and interviews. Johnson's leadership goals are framed by his Christian faith. Citing Romans 5, verses 3 and 4, he speaks to the value of perseverance and character in the face of adversity. He has consistently voiced support for conservative Christian viewpoints, including rejecting certain interpretations of the separation of church and state, and arguing for the importance of religious and moral virtue in society. His position as Speaker of the House is likely to conflict with the views of many of his colleagues on the other side of the aisle, and thus Speaker Johnson has his work cut out for him. The federal government risks a shutdown in a matter of weeks if Congress fails to pass funding legislation by November 17th deadline to keep services and offices running. More immediately, President Biden has asked Congress to provide $105 billion in aid to help Israel and Ukraine amid their wars and to shore up the United States border with Mexico. In response to these things, House Speaker Mike Johnson has announced plans to move forward with a $14.5 billion aid package for Israel as a standalone funding bill, separate from Ukraine aid. This decision sets up a potential showdown with the Democrat-controlled Senate and White House, as they prefer to link the two issues. Johnson expressed support for Ukraine, but emphasized the need for certain conditions.